What about on the VC side? Because you're doing that. Are you mainly doing pre-token launch stuff or equity or a combo?
So fuck equity, tokens only. We don't fuck with equity. I have a very high liquidity preference and I want my money back as soon as possible. It's great. That's why tokens are great. So, I don't do any of the direct selection of the things that go in the portfolio. The person who runs that book does that. My role is more of the cycle perspective. Like, where are we in a cycle? So we started really ramping up allocations in like late 22 and early 23. And my thesis is it's a bear market. Valuations have come down for projects. We need to be allocating as much as we can now, because if we believe that the peak of this cycle is 25, 26, that's when we'll unlock our tokens and we're able to liquidate into a rising price or maybe at the crest of the market. So we should be allocating as much as we can now. Now we've moved into the everyone believes in crypto again phase, and all the funds that were sitting on the sidelines waiting are now deploying, and therefore prices for, pre-product, pre-protocol revenue projects are getting back to the frothy levels. And so I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to lock my money up for 3 years, miss the cycle, and overpay. If it's a good project and it launches during this cycle, I'll trade it on a liquid basis, but I don't need to lock my money up for 3 years. And so now we're switching more to doing a lot more advisory stuff, working with projects that we think are very capable. We may put a small check in, but the focus right now is not on writing checks. We'll be back writing checks in 26, 27 when the market goes now 95%.
Yeah, we did the same. I've got an asset management firm that's a fund of hedge funds, so just crypto hedge funds. Just use the same thing. Use the top-down macro framework, give us where we are in the macro asset allocation, and then let the guys build the portfolio from the bottoms up. So right now we're like 10 out of 10 risk seeking because that's where we are in the cycle. You get the portfolio that way, and it kind of works. And you just have to navigate these cycles. You get it right. As you said, the worst thing is to have all your token unlocks happen in late 2026, and you're like, really?
So, but again, it's different. Obviously, I have a different incentive structure than a fund, which is a 7 to 10 year life cycle. They have LPs. I want to charge them 2% management fees. They don't care if any of this shit unlocks. It'd be great if they have no marks, because then nobody knows how shitty they are at outperforming.
That's right. But one thing that's really interesting about the token side of VC is this idea of these very short cycles. It releases capital super fast, you allocate capital fast. And I've been thinking through where AI is going. I just want to run this by you. So if you're looking at, like, Sam Altman disrupts everybody every 3 months and kind of nukes every AI business by introducing get something a mate, right? And I actually think that the OpenAI are using AGI to build their own business. So there are only 500 people. How the hell can they iterate across 10 different products at that speed, right? It's not normal. So anyway, whether he is or not, but everyone's going to start using AI to build businesses. So the business cycle gets faster and faster, and many of these businesses will get disrupted. And this feels to me like the ICO market, where some stuff sticks, some stuff lasts a bit, and then gets disrupted or disappears. And I'm just thinking that the capital cycle is going to change for and I'm starting to think, how are these VCs and private equity going to capture any value at all in the equity space over time because of what's about to happen?
I guess you can see that
this could be tokenized.
Why even try to be smart about it? Like, buy NVIDIA, buy AWS, walk away.
Buy crypto.
I mean, yeah. Why try to go to Y Combinator to pick a startup that's going to be a zero in 6 months once, some other person disintermediates them with a new product. It's tough. It's a really tough game. Of course, there will be these standout successes, and hats off if you're able to know those. But I mean, I think I would love to see someone do the analysis. If you had a portfolio of Facebook and Google from like 2010 to 2020, how many Web2 VC funds did you outperform with just those two stocks? Because literally all you do when you raise money in Web2 is hand it in advertising to Facebook and Google, and maybe like landlords in fucking the Bay Area and San Francisco. Like a REIT, Google, Facebook, you probably beat almost 95% of VC funds. So in this cycle, is it AWS and NVIDIA, if you're in the sort of, TradFi stonk game, well, you're probably going to outperform any of these like up and coming AI funds. Probably, I would imagine so.
And so I also wonder whether just owning Bitcoin has outperformed all of the crypto VCs. Except, well, the early stage token guys for sure have done really well because there's been some really good things, but it's actually pretty easy because crypto itself is like being an early stage VC or mid stage now, I guess.
Yeah, and this is what I tell the guys at the fund all the time is our goal is you guys got to beat Bitcoin and ETH. Like, why do you work here if you're going to underperform that? I can just buy that and hold it and go to the beach. So again, that's what we have to do. And you should always ask yourself if you're evaluating an opportunity like, oh, it's really complicated crypto thing, and the founder's doing this and that. Well, if you just bought Bitcoin or ETH, would you do better? At least ask yourself the question.